So I am back today to review Girly Bits GBC 101. If you didn't know that Girly Bits is now making stamping stuff, you've got to check it out. Today I'm going to review this plate, and I'm also going to review the XL crystal stamper from Girly Bits with the cute little Girly Bits logo. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. There's a couple of things I really like about this style of plate. So I like that she gives you some of the isolated images to go along with the full nail images. So if you want to pull out just one of those stars, you don't have to work and struggle with the image to do that. And because this gives you like flexibility. So maybe you want to have this as your full nail image on your accent nail, and then maybe you just want to scatter a couple of these across the rest of your nails. So you've got lots of design flexibility, and I love it when plates do that. So this would be a great image for, you know, any celebration that you go to. Obviously 4th of July, it would be great. Any kind of a national holiday, it would be great. New Year's Eve, anything like that would be really, really cool. But I want you to notice about this. Look at what this star is made up of. It's made up of musical notes. How adorable is that? So you could use this for anything to do with a concert or anything musical related. This is really cool, and there's a bunch of different things you can do with this. So with these interlocking squares and rectangles, you could use different stripes of different stamping polishes. You could have different stamping polishes going across horizontally, and that could create a really cool different effect. Obviously, you could make a decal out of this and go in and color the negative spaces with different kinds of colors and play with that visual illusion. So that's pretty cool. If you're a Girly Bits fan, this plate is definitely a must-have for you because you've got this gorgeous little logo, which I think is, I've always thought that this was so adorable. Then you've got the little girl at her vanity there outside of the filigree surrounding, so if you just want to isolate her. You also have a Girly Bits groupie stamp, which I think is really cool. Indie for supporting indie polishes, and the full nail image over here for Girly Bits. And I've always thought that the name Girly Bits was really cool because it's a little bit, you know, suggestive but in a really cute way. So even if somebody's looking at your nails and they don't know who Girly Bits is because they haven't been fortunate enough to discover the awesome world of nail polish indie addiction, this is still a cute little funny thing to have on your nails. So I adore that. Okay, splats I think are so much fun and so versatile for any time of year, you know, any color scheme. This is a really cool one because it's got that negative image, so you could put this over a beautiful hollow and it looks like you spilled and splatted your beautiful hollow polish all over your nails. And then of course you've got this little guy here that you could, you know, stamp over. You could have this in white stamped over a beautiful black hollow, and then just stamp a little red one for a little bit of accent, a little bit of pop of color. This is really cool, especially these days with the clear stampers. It's got this water marble effect, and you can go in now and you can, you know, do different colors in there and really play around. And I've seen people do stuff with images like this that full on looks like they water marbled it. So play around with decals and stuff with that, and you're gonna love it. So you can do a couple of different things with this one. You can just stamp color on color and get a cute little swirly effect, and that's super simple. Especially for like the holidays, you could do a silver or gold over red, and you've got the most beautiful holiday mani ever. You can also do little dots of polish and scrape and then get like a rainbow effect over it. You could stamp, you know, just black over a gradient. So tons of things you can do there. Again, you can get with this, you could make a decal, you could lead light it and make it look really, really gorgeous. This is really fun. So you've got like a negative and a positive both in the same one, the two effects at the same time on one nail. This is a really intricate, pretty pattern. You could go in and play with like filling just these little heart shapes in with red, and then stamp this in silver over black or something like that, really make a few little colors pop. Or just easy, this is the kind of image that you just stamp one color over another and you're going to get a great design. I love this. Depending on what kind of colors that you use with this, you can get a bunch of different things going on. Like you could have that look like really cool cosmic seaweed. You could make it look like DNA helixes. You could have like a blue, stamp it in a slightly darker blue, and then stamp other images over it in different colors so that you get just like a textured effect in the background. So that's really cool. I'm thinking this could be really cool. So this could be strings of beads for Mardi Gras. This could be underwater kind of seaweed stuff, depending on the colors. If you're doing kind of a sci-fi thing, you could make that look like some sci-fi plant, and great for textures in the background. Ooh, for Halloween manicures, that would be great to have as a texture in the background, and then, you know, stamp some scary little critters over that. adorable. This is just plain beautiful. I love this compass look that you have here. I would probably play around with making a decal with this or stamping over a sponged background that's meant to look like an old map. So you could play with shades of brown and beige and then stamp this in black over and have it really have this vintage look. Really super cool. Pretty little heart that looks like it's shining. So adorable. Great filigree look here, and I love that it doesn't necessarily have to cover the whole nail, so you could get some really cool effects and play with these edges on your nail. So what I mean by that is like you could have this swirl just come right here, sorry about my autofocus, and then have this little bit right here just peeking over, and so that's a slightly different effect than just a straight full image. The things I love about this is you can put a little dots in there with your dotting tool and make it smaller than that flower there and preserve that little flowered image. So you could have like a red polish and stamp this in white over, and then have like a little silver dot or something like that, or a black dot. It would be just so cute, and you can layer all those colors easily. Great full nail pattern just to play around with, or you could go in and make a label and just like color in a few of these. So I'm fixated on red, black, and white today for some reason, but you could have white, stamp it in black, and then just have a few of these colored in red, and that would just have really great color pop, and it would look like this intricate mani that took you forever to do. Gorgeous, just simple, like you're going to work, you don't want something too fancy on your nails, but you want something that looks pretty. Just, you know, stamp this in silver over a red mani, stamp it in gold over a red mani. Gorgeous little touch of something special without looking too flashy if you don't want to worry about, you know, that at work. I love when plates give you both a positive and a negative image so that you can easily mix and match. And I have a little idea for this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a special manicure with this. But so you can, if you have a gorgeous hollow, or you know, more than one gorgeous hollow, and you want to create a gradient, say, with your gorgeous hollows, and then stamp this in black or white or silver over it, and then maybe you want to have your accent nail just stamped in silver, and this on your other nails, and let those shine through. And then you also got this isolated image. One of my tricks that I love to do is I like to like stamp this maybe in silver over, let's say, a gorgeous autumn brown or a gorgeous autumn green, and then come back with this and stamp it in a contrasting color just with my clear stamper, put it right over that big one right there, and do that on a couple of these. And so again, you've got now 3 colors that you're playing around with instead of just one. Here is a little matching image up here for this one. Same thing. You can mix and match and play around, and maybe you just want this on an accent nail and then a couple of these like spraying off on your other nails away from it. Here we have some cool waves. They have a henna kind of a look to them, so you could do a water manicure in summer with that. You could do use henna colors and have it just be, you know, it could be gorgeous fall manicure depending on the colors you use. It could be gorgeous with pastels and spraying. Here's a fun little simple full nail image that you can just stamp over a gorgeous base color. You could do this in black, you could do it in white, you could do it in any one color. But what I would also recommend with this is doing dots of a couple of different colors, scraping it, and then you've got this beautiful rainbow effect. The solid patterns like that are really fun to play around with that way. Maple Leaf, because Girly Bits is a proudly Canadian company, and it's fall, so having a nice little maple leaf is always a good idea. And then we've got this little more of a henna design. And one of the things I actually love about this design on this plate is look at how well this, with that center medallion, matches with this. So you could have this on all of your nails except for your accent nails and throw that on there, and that would be really beautiful together, I think. So I always try to encourage you to you know, mix and match and see what on here matches. One of the cool things, one of the strengths of this plate is there's a lot of different styles, but there are still things you can mix and match on here. And this has this really cool abstract, like Picasso look to me. So you could get really artsy and do a lot of really fun artsy stuff with that. Even just stamping straight color on color, but then rotate the image on different nails. And then it's going to look like you've got this cool Picasso just over your entire manicure. Or just have it on one nail, and then it's like you've got one cool little piece of art on one nail. You could lead light over this really easily and make it really intricate. You could turn it into a decal. And then again, you could mix and match with other images too. So In terms of size, we're looking at these images are just a hair under 3/4 of an inch wide and a hair over 3/4 of an inch long, an 1/8 of an inch over 3/4 of an inch. And then quickly, just to give you a feel for how big those center images are, and I will have a still of that on my blog. And before we test out the stamping, let's take a closer look here at this XL stamper. So this is a clear XL stamper. You can definitely press into it, but it's not marshmallow squishy, but it is squishy. So it gives you that play. It's 1.5 inches in diameter, so it's the same size as other XL stampers I have. It's got that clear barrel that lets in all the light and lets you see exactly where you're stamping, so that's great. And it comes with this awesome scraper. This is it's got a fair amount of thickness there. That's what I like in my scrapers because I scrape kind of firmly. Okay, for my stamping test, I'm going to use Girly Bits Little Black Dress. Excellent pickup, except for the problem with my scrape there. And excellent transfer of the image, crystal clear image, and the beauty of a crystal stamper, I can avoid my own smudge on the scrape. I love the consistency of this polish. The crystal stamper is good quality, picks up well, picked up easily on my very first try using it and transferred very well. The only problem I had was my little weird scrape there. So these are all great quality products, and I will link them down below for you. Thanks for watching.